For our second in a series about what makes certain communities thrive, or revive, we turn to the case of Springfield, Vermont. For many years and decades, Springfield was a powerhouse of the Vermont economy, with manufacturing firms producing hundreds of good-paying jobs for area residents. But that all came to an end in the 1980s, as those firms closed or moved operations elsewhere, and the once impressive buildings that housed them along the Black River fell into disuse. But lately, a revival of sorts is now underway. One of the community groups helping to move that forward is Springfield On The Move, an organization that was founded a few years ago to revitalize the downtown core of the town. Bringing together the town government, the Springfield Regional Chamber of Commerce, and the Springfield Regional Development Corporation, the organization has seen success in attracting new businesses to some of the vacant buildings. Concerts are being held in a new park that overlooks the Black River, which is where we caught up with Jessica Martin, the executive director of Springfield On The Move, who told us their story.
So Springfield On The Move is a designated downtown organization. The state of Vermont has 23 designated downtowns, and when a municipality has that designation, they have to have an overseeing organization. And for the town of Springfield, it is called Springfield On The Move. And we have been in existence in some form or fashion, probably for about 20 years now. There's basically 4 spokes to our organization. One is the organization component, that's one spoke, and that's basically the executive director. Then we have the economic development spoke, and so I have an economic development committee that I work with. Then we also have a promotions committee, that is the 3rd spoke. And then we also have a beautification component as well. So it's 4 different spokes to the designated downtown wheel. So actually 2 of our economic development projects that we're working on right now. You mentioned the Wilson Block building. So the Wilson Block building was a property that needed to be renovated. And the Springfield Housing Authority decided to take on the project, but they did not want to have to deal with filling the 4 commercial spaces. So in order to do that project, which ended up being an almost $9 million renovation project, Springfield On The Move took on the filling, leasing, or subleasing of the commercial spaces. And just over 1 year into it, we have leased 3 of the 4 commercial spaces. So I'm very happy to be able to share that news. And Springfield was known for its innovation, particularly with several different patents actually from when it was chartered in 1761. And in the 50s, 60s, 70s, a little bit into the 80s, it was really known as a machine tool industry. Precision tools, precision measuring things, gears, that sort of thing. Jones and Lamson, and the Bryant Grinder and the Fellows Corporation, as well as Lovejoy Tool. Out of those 4 big machine tool industry businesses, Lovejoy Tool is the only one still in existence. And once the shops officially closed, it was over 3,000 jobs were lost. And so Springfield had begun its decline at that point in time in the mid-80s. And we have reinvented ourselves. We are focusing on different types of innovation. One is the Black River Innovation Campus, which is actually across the river here and up the hill. And Springfield is able to say that we have the fastest speed internet available in the country, 10 gig. We have that available here in Springfield thanks to VTEL Communications. And so we have an innovation campus just up the hill. And that is one component of how we are reinventing ourselves. We are sitting here, Andrew, we are sitting here in a park. This is the first green space that's been in downtown Springfield in over 100 years. So this is the COM2 Cascade Park, named after COM2, which is Abenaki for loud, thundering noise. This is the Black River that we're sitting right next to. And one of the things that Springfield On The Move has done with this wonderful new space is we have a free to the community live music series throughout the month of August. So these types of events and happenings are really what we are trying to promote and encourage in the downtown Springfield area. Even just being a part of utilizing the river a little bit more than just for industry We are trying to bring people to the river. We're currently working on a project called Light the Falls. We've done our phase 1, which is the Comtu Falls right behind us, is lit during the evening hours, and then I'm in the permitting process for the next 2 falls going to the south, the Slack Dam as well as the Lovejoy Dam. So people, pedestrians, bicyclists, passers-by will be able to enjoy the waterfalls, and we are highlighting the waterfalls because that's one of the things that made Springfield such a hub for industrial businesses. Was the water drops 117 feet, and so being able to harness that hydroelectric power has been very important to our success, and we are continuing to look at harnessing that power in Springfield.
Was there like sort of a turnaround moment a moment when town leaders said, okay, the oil factories are closing, that's gone, we can't wait around until somebody else, kind of comes back to reoccupy them?
Yes.
Or, and then that sort of motivated people to say, okay, we've got to rebuild the town.
Yeah, and it's not just it's not just rebuilding. It is hard to change perception and mentality. We are known as innovative and a machine tool industry town, and it was really right around 2015, 2016. We hired a new town manager who really wanted to address and kind of change our momentum away from the machine tool industry, and what else can we look at to really make Springfield more productive, more attractive, and more economically developed than it currently is. And so Tom Yenerl was the name of that town manager, and he worked hard. He worked with the state of Vermont, and we developed a Main Street master plan, received grant funding to do this, and it really addresses several different ways that Springfield can focus on and work together. So we have all these different organizations that are working together to try and improve Springfield. So this is actually this Main Street Master Plan is really kind of like a guideline or an outline that we can all look at and focus on and work together on. So we may have Springfield Regional Development or the Chamber of Commerce, but they all have access to this Main Street Master Plan. And if we're all working together for this goal to continue to work on, there's so many projects involved in this Main Street Master Plan, but we're all working together, even though we might be doing it in different forms or fashions. So yes, it was right around 2015, 2016, where that Main Street Master Plan started, the beginnings, the development of that, and it was produced in 2017, and really all of the projects that Springfield On The Move works on is based on that Main Street Master Plan. And you have to have people and organizations willing to buy into this Main Street Master Plan, because it's not cheap. Renovation is not cheap, especially old factory buildings. Let's see, some hurdles that we have to continually be aware of is brownfield, any sort of environmental contaminations, and these are not cheap to clean up. So those are always on the forefront when we take on a property, or a property owner is looking to purchase a property. It really is, it's expensive, and you can pick up a property for cheap, but then if it costs you $2 million to renovate, now I don't know a lot of people that have that kind of cash in the bank, but because of Springfield On The Move, properties that are in the designated downtown area, they do have access to the downtown tax credit program, as well as all of Springfield is an opportunity zone. And so those are financial opportunities, or things that people can access, or entities can access, to be able to help them fund these exorbitant projects. So it's that is really a big benefit of the downtown organization. Correct. And then we also have the town of Springfield. We also have what we call a revolving loan fund, and a potential loan could be granted to a business that's just starting up. Say they have a home business, they're looking to have a brick and mortar, they need some funding to just get them over the edge. It's not, the revolving loan fund isn't meant to be accessed for full financial backing of a business. It's meant to supplement or complement what a potential business already has. And that's, we work with the town on trying to grant potential businesses that opportunity, to access the revolving loan fund. Springfield Regional Development Corporation also has a revolving loan fund that businesses can potentially access. And so those two things are actually really kind of handy to help a potential business really just get the final push for financial backing. We are an opportunity zone area, as well as the downtown tax credits. Multiple projects right now that have been completed. The Springfield Food Co-op relocated to the downtown area. They are thriving down here. And the Wilson Block building renovation project, they also access downtown tax credits. The Park Street School project is accessing we're talking a lot of folks have been accessing this, and it's been able to help them renovate their properties.
The glory days may not be back, but neither is the town waiting around for the cavalry to ride over the hill and come to their rescue. Instead, they are undertaking that project themselves. Once again, we see how the vitality of local leadership makes a difference between thriving and merely surviving. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.